You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Y&R fans. Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got your early weekly spoilers for June 17th through 21st. There is some really good stuff coming. I'm excited to talk to you about it. If you haven't, though, please reach down and click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates. And as we always do with the early edition spoilers, I'm going to talk about what's coming the rest of this week just to set you up and give you some context for next week's spoilers. So starting on Wednesday, June 12th, Nick asks Victoria about coming back to Newman Enterprises. That is what their dad wants. It's not what Nick thinks is a good idea. It's not what Victoria thinks is a good idea. And she is still pushing back hard. And they agree that their dad is being very strange about pushing this idea of Adam at Newman Media. Meanwhile, Victor has a disagreement with Nikki. They're bickering about work, about Jack, about a lot of things. And, you know, he's in that state of mind right now where he just wants everybody to do what he says. I mean, he's like that most of the time, but right now he's on fire, so it's even worse. And when Nikki shows up where Victoria and Nick are talking over at Victoria's house, they discuss why Victor is deliberately creating chaos in the company and in their lives when everything had just calmed down. And it seems like he's amping everything back up and they just don't get why he's doing it. Kyle and Claire spend some quality time with Harrison, and Summer's a little chafed by it. Not aggressively so, but a little concerned. And Kyle reassures her that she will always be Harrison's mom. I think it's a fun time for Tara Locke to show up. That might be interesting. Sally and Summer find that they like working together, and Sally broaches the subject of Chloe joining in when Summer says she really likes the new design she did. She tells her that Chloe was her consultant and pitched in with some ideas, and so Summer agrees that if there's no drama, Chloe can come on board Marquette as well. So that's great news. Hopefully we'll be seeing more of Chloe. I know some people are on the fence about her. I like her. She's an adorable little thing. Meanwhile, Victor sits down with Adam at Society and asks him to come to Newman Media. And of course, Adam's very distrustful of why his dad's trying to move him. He feels like he's about to get screwed over. But then his dad says, I'm only sharing this with you. So Adam feels very important, and he tells him he needs him at Newman Media to help him target an enemy. Well, Adam seems to be on board, but he doesn't know who that enemy is yet. And that could change his perception of everything. Cole asks Victoria out and she says yes. And later he asks Kyle out for a beer to get closer to him, just as Victor ordered. Thursday, June 13th, Summer Newman is struggling with Kyle in the co-parenting arena. So I'm guessing they're going to pick up with this conversation about Claire and about her role in Harrison's life and Summer's role in Harrison's life. And I mean, realistically, you know, Claire's the hired help. She's the nanny. Summer is the stepmother, you know, and even though they're not still married, she's been Harrison's only mom, really, I think that he remembers at this point. So hopefully she won't let her jealousy eat her up and she won't go back to being scheming old Summer that we all know and love. I like scheming Summer. Cole and Victoria spend some time reminiscing. It looks like their date is going very well. And of course, Claire is excited at the prospect of her parents getting back together. We'll see if she's getting her hopes up for something or for nothing. Audra gets a rude awakening and she is not happy about it. I feel like since we haven't seen her back in Genoa City, maybe it's still over in Paris. And if it's still over in Paris, obviously it's Tucker. And I think he may finally shut down her last effort to oust him from Glissade. But if she is back in Genoa City, I imagine that it's Nate who's telling her, I told you you weren't going to get anywhere with Tucker. Why don't you go out with me instead? Friday, June 14th, Billy tries to charm Lily. He is really turning on the charm. He wants the Abbott name on the company. He wants her to do what he wants. And I think he's going to play the Jill sick card to get what he wants. Will Lily fall for it? Victor initiates his plan to retaliate against Jack, even though Jack has done nothing to deserve this other than just be stupid. And Diane needs some closure with Nikki. They've got some unfinished business. And I think this conversation might go okay because Lauren told Nikki that she understood why Diane is upset about this whole thing. And Nikki totally gets it. Nikki didn't ask Jack to do that. She kept trying to stop him from doing it. And, you know, she appreciates that he did get her to flip the switch and go to rehab. But yeah, she didn't want anything bad happening to Jack. And I think she and Diane may have a meaningful conversation that could change things going forward. But of course, the monkey wrench in that is going to be Michael's involvement. Now, going into the week of June 17th through the 21st, Audra needs a new life plan after her big fail in France. Claire is excited about Victoria and Cole, but I wonder if her feeling about it will change when she finds out that her dad is targeting Kyle on Victor's request. Diane, of course, is going to be eager to vent to Michael. I'm sure she's going to update him about her what's going to be a nice little conversation with Nikki. And he is spending time with her like Victor requested. But, you know, I'm not sure if when it comes down to the nitty gritty, Michael is going to do what Victor asks. We'll see. There might be another betrayal coming that the mustache will rage about. Billy remains eager to get his way at work and is not going to let anything stop him. And when Jabot takes a hit, I just wonder if Nikki's going to realize it's Victor, and she will immediately realize it's Victor targeting Jack and it's her fault, and she's not going to be very happy about it. Jack's going to be utterly blindsided when things start going wrong in his life as Victor moves these chess pieces. And I also wonder if Adam might push back on Victor's revenge plan once he knows Jack's the target. Adam and Jack, they're not particularly close right now, but they are longtime friends. Jack has been there as like a surrogate dad when things were rough between Adam and Victor. Jack and Adam have worked together a lot. Adam has no reason to target Jack. However, Adam is so desperate for Victor's approval that he might let that blindside him to the right thing and not going after a friend. Tucker still wants Audra, but I wonder if she's going to turn to Nate instead next week. We will find out when we see all those episodes unfold. If you haven't, please reach down, click subscribe, definitely drop your comments on where you're hoping to see the storyline goes, and be sure and come back soon. We are here talking Young and the Restless 7 days a week, and as always, I'm your host, Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.